chose life made me this way.
What's groovy? What's really, really groovy? If you don't know, you're listening to the voice of Johnny Love, and this is The Language of Love, probably the newest podcast. We based out in Houston, Texas, and we came up with this idea for this podcast. Shout out to all the pods in color. We just felt like it's a lot of young people out here that's not really learning how to love. They're not learning how to deal with love, real love, how to deal with their emotions. So we did this especially for you youngins out there, whether you in high school, whether you in college, whether you in your young adulthood, to just pretty much get some kind of conversation going about what's really going on out here with our love lives and all this stuff. So thing we gonna do is you always gonna hear my voice, the host Johnny Love, and then every episode we'll have a special interesting lady guest to join us to give the female perspective of what we got going on here, and hopefully we can come to some kind of consensus. We can really duel it out about what's going on out here in these streets of love. So, without further ado, I would love to introduce our guest for this episode, the first episode. This lady is an artist. She's a painter, a scribbler, a drawer, and not only like drawing to conclusions. She literally loves to draw, and she makes beautiful, beautiful art. She goes to school at the University of Houston, and I just knew she would be perfect for this pilot episode, for what we're talking about and everything we really want to accomplish with this show. So, without further ado, I would like to introduce Young Mel.
Hey guys, I'm Mel. Like you said, I'm an artist. So if you guys like art, you can go ahead and follow me on Instagram at righthalfofmybrain. And like you said, I'm the first guest. I'm super excited to be on the show. So I hope you guys keep listening and enjoy.
Okay, so we've never done this before. I've never been a part of a podcast. Mel's never been a part of a podcast. But that little shout out she did for her Instagram is gonna have to start becoming a fee. So you come on the show, you charge for your we gonna charge you for that.
Hey, my voice is a fee.
A young Mel on Twitter, right half of my brain on Instagram. Y'all go check her out. Check her out. We gonna see what dope things she has to say tonight. She follows back. Also, for this pilot episode, we will have our engineer in the mix and on the mic. His name is Victor. You can follow him at Victor Chosen. He doesn't need an introduction from me. He can introduce himself. He does this. He is a maestro at podcasts. If you've heard his podcast, if you've heard his podcast, it's called The Library Podcast. It's pretty cool. It's what inspired me to get into this. And here's Victor.
I'm not a maestro. You can follow me at Victor_Chosen on all social media networks. Non-maestro. And I'm just ready to kill Mel on these topics.
Y'all gotta chill.
Yeah, it's 2 against 1 today. So I was trying to see how could we start this off. It's the first episode. What are we gonna get into right off the bat? There's so many different topics that we could talk about. A big one is like cheating, trust issues, long distance relationships. But knowing I had Young Mel in the building, I wanted to especially talk about why relationships fail. So today we are going to talk about, even when I'm loving you, why do you want to break up? We talking about breakups.
I feel like it was a slug when he said that, since we got me here.
Nah.
Everything's a slug tonight.
Nah, no slugs.
But yeah, we're gonna talk about breakups, why they happen, how often they happen, how can we prevent them, and yeah, we might get a little corny. If you thought that last little allusion to Mario's song was corny, well, you're in for a ride, because that's exactly what I'm gonna do all night. First of all, what I need you guys to do is go follow us on Twitter. The Twitter handle is the Lang of Love. Excuse me. The Lang of Love. It sounds smooth when you say the Lang of Love. The Lang of Love. So go follow us. The Lang of Love. We don't have much followers right now. But I'm hoping you guys could change that. Send all your questions and concerns to that DM. We're going to make a curious cat for the people who want to be anonymous. Anonymous. And another thing, I don't want anybody to try to make fun of the way we talk on this show. If we slur any words, if we stutter, okay, that's just what's gonna happen.
Now, if we stutter, it's because we're off this wine.
Oh, it's nice though.
And if we slur, that's why we're slurring. By the way,
and this is a family-friendly show, so hey, check this out. So why does your relationship not last? First thing I want to do is I want to start, because just being raised like this, I just feel like it works in everything we do. So I want to start off with this cool little Bible verse that we all should be familiar with if you share the same faith as me. It's 1 Corinthians chapter 13. It says, love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast. It is not proud, it does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices in the truth. Verse 7, it always protects, it always trusts, it always hopes, it always perseveres. And my favorite part is love never fails. And that's straight from the Bible. So, yeah,
It's me snapping.
yeah, for sure. It deserves all the snaps.
So I feel like whenever you find yourself in a situation where you questioning whether you have love for somebody or something like that, that's always a check mark. I always go back to the word. But I think the best way we gonna start off is seeing what young males' love language is. So I pulled up this love language test on the internet, and we gonna see how she fares with her love language and how you guys also will fare. So question 1, Mark Twain said, I can live for 2 months on a good compliment. What do you think? It's true. It's so important to say what we appreciate in other people. Words aren't my strong point. I prefer just spending time alone together. Okay, as long as it's followed up by an invitation to go out or a gift. Or sure, if it comes with a cuddle or a kiss.
Okay, so I'm gonna go with the second one, but I'm not gonna lie. I already know my love languages.
Then that makes this a whole lot easier.
Talk
There's
to
like-
us
there's
about
a-
that then.
There's 5, right?
Yeah, it's physical
Touch.
touch, words of affirmation,
Yeah.
quality time, gifts, and I think the last one is quality time with action. Is that what it is?
I believe
with
so.
activity or something like that?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
Because mine's is words of affirmation.
That's what you like?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like getting gassed,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah, I like words of affirmation. and
My last
quality
one was
time.
gifts.
That's how I show my love, is I give gifts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it's different how you show your love and how you want it to receive. I feel like with women, it's the same. A lot of women I see it being the same. Like how they show it is pretty much them telling you, this is what I want. And why I say that is
Like
because
reciprocated.
yeah, because
Okay.
I've been in a lot of situations where it's like, I tell you you're handsome every day. You haven't told me I was beautiful in like 3 months.
But I feel that goes with like everybody. Like you do to others like what you want back. So even with guys, like you're gonna treat your girl like a certain way because you want that same affection. Or
That's
attention
not
back.
necessarily true. I can go out if I know my girl wants something, I will buy it for her. I will do all this stuff for her. And I don't need nobody to buy me no gifts. Like I don't need you to buy me the thing that I liked on Twitter or retweeted, or I don't need things. Like, that's not me. I don't know what my love language is. I feel like I'm floating around in a bit of all of them. But I don't like when people like to project their love language on you.
You don't think your words of affirmation? I think you hold a lot of weight to when people, like tell you about yourself, or they like, tell you how much they appreciate you.
I like it, and it's cool, but it doesn't.
It doesn't do it for you.
Doesn't keep me going.
But see, I think the love language has a really big correlation with like zodiac signs. From what I read, no, I know. I don't. I hate to be that guy.
Let this be a disclaimer on this show. I do not believe in horoscopes and zodiac signs. I can tell you that my birthday is in June, and you're gonna list me all the reasons why you feel like I'm a Aquarius or Gemini or whatever.
You're a Cancer.
He's a Cancer.
No. Oh, I'm a Cancer, right?
Oh,
the funny thing is,
he is a Cancer.
He's not
the crazy part is, I'm not a Cancer. That's the best part of this horoscope.
His birthday is in February, and he's in Aquarius.
Pisces,
or whatever.
Okay, my point. February 21st.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You a fish.
A week after Valentine's Day. So that's why my life has been very post-love-ish.
Man, we should probably look up Pisces and see if
and then when you look up Pisces, you're just going to read all the qualities of me. These two, Victor and Melton, is going to say, yeah, he does
hey,
this.
no, pull it up.
And he does that. And he does that. Why? Because these horoscopes and attributions to the signs, they're very general. It applies to all of us. All of us can be a Pisces.
No, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Because I think I'm a Leo.
I'm a Leo.
Yeah. Oh, when's your birthday?
August 11th.
Okay, so I'm a Leo, but I'm like a early Leo. Like, so they call people like that. They'll tell them that they're kind of like a hybrid between a Leo and like a Cancer.
Yeah.
But I show a lot of traits of being a Leo. Like, I'm very confident at times. People say I'm very boastful at times.
Yeah.
People say I'm arrogant, but people also say I love very hard as well.
Yeah.
As Leos do, and we feel like we're supposed to be like the dominant.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
the king of the jungle.
We're the king of the jungle.
Gosh.
But there's a lot of different horoscopes that we don't match up with at all because we're too aggressive.
There's a thing like, have you ever looked up your birth chart?
No.
Well, basically, it like in each, like in the sun and Mercury and Venus and Earth, and like in every planet, you have a different sign. So like when you know your like whole birth chart, it's more like specifically catered to you as opposed to being like, oh, I'm a Leo, I have all these signs as a Leo.
Pause.
Yeah, because
JP, you're definitely a Pisces. Look at what it says.
Hold on. Before he says this, I just want you guys to understand that they have divided these signs into weeks, and they said if you're born in this amount of weeks that you are this person. So for the past 200, 300, 400 years, whenever they started doing this stuff, everybody who is born in this amount of time is the same type of person.
Listen.
That's why you gotta look at your birth
That's
chart.
his disclaimer.
Gosh.
Mel, check this out. And you knowing JP as much as I've known JP my whole life, and you know him very well as well.
She knows me for a few years.
Exactly.
Okay.
I know you will.
But I'm gassed.
So here, this is what the strengths are of a Pisces: compassionate, artistic, intuitive, gentle, wise, and musical.
Look at you. Look at you.
Now look at the weaknesses: fearful, over trusting,
Bold.
desire to escape reality, which I can attest that you do sometimes.
Okay.
Finish
Can
this
be a
wine.
victim, and can be played as a victim in many occasions.
Yeah.
So look, bro.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
But the thing is, okay, so you said they go back hundreds of years that they do it. Like in different cultures, like they look at your zodiac sign before they allow you to get married. And it works. Like in India they do that. How many Indian people do you know that got divorced?
Yeah.
Exactly.
that's so
like
true.
cuz they make sure they're compatible. Like I mean, maybe it's not just because of the zodiac sign, but they do look into it.
Yeah, it has a lot to do with your social class and all of that.
Oh my God.
And how much money you got.
So what were you talking about? How people break up?
I just wanted to get that clear for all you people out there that you're saying, "Oh, this guy is the guy of my dreams," because Geminis and Aquarius just make the best. That's what my horoscope told me, that I would meet a Leo today. That is just like
it's
a
deeper than
roaring
that.
lion. I hate that, man. A girl literally told me that we would not work because I'm a Pisces. That's not cool. I don't like that. I can work with anybody. And yeah, this guy might have named a couple things that, oh yeah, I'm musical. Everybody's musical. Oh, I'm over trusting. That was really a slug. Because yeah, I trust a lot, but that has nothing to do with that. You feel me? So that's how I feel about that. We got off topic a lot, but I just want that going forward. I want you guys to know, with all your questions and with every guest that we have, every time a horoscope comes up, it's gonna irk my nerves.
He's just a hater.
I don't
For
like
sure,
it.
hater.
My sister,
How you
my
hate that
sister is so,
horoscope?
my sister is so
stars.
into this stuff. My sister is so into this stuff. Like, she's so deep into this. Like, every star matters. And I'm just like, stop.
But it does. It does. Like the lunar eclipse yesterday was in Leo.
Yeah.
Like
No. It just makes sense. And I really came on this podcast to get at Mills. So, but now we're agreeing.
All right. Anyways, back to the love languages. So check this out. I feel like the reason why I can't really identify with the love languages is because my parents are completely opposite. And the thing is, I'm literally half of my dad, half of my mom. My dad has to show my mother affection. He took us every Mother's Day to the mall and made me and my 4 siblings each get her a gift. Aww. So every Mother's Day and every birthday, my mother got 6 different gifts. One from my dad, which was always the most expensive, biggest one, and then 5 from her kids. Every day he tells her like, oh, you're looking beautiful, honey, all kind of stuff. We're in a group chat and he just be saying all kind of lovey-dovey stuff. And my mother, on the other hand, she put our gifts in her closet and they collected dust. She bought us what we needed, nothing more, nothing less. I think anytime she ever told my dad he was like handsome or she was being lovey-dovey, she wanted something or she needed something. And I find myself at both spectrums. At times, I'm like, baby, you look good. You know what I'm saying? I could be the lovey-dovey guy. I was that guy. It backfired on me. But I was that guy. And then at the same time, I don't need that reciprocated. I don't need to be held 24/7. I don't need to be told that, oh, I look good or my outfit is nice or she likes my haircut. I mean, those stuff is cool. Like I said, I agree with all the love languages, but I don't just necessarily identify with one, just like I don't identify with those horoscopes. But
the horoscope identifies with you.
What did you say? What would you say your love language was?
I receive love through affirmation and quality time, and then I give love through gifts.
What's quality time? What would you define as quality time?
Just like
dates.
Yeah, it could be dates. It could just be like, even just like coming over and like I paint, so it's like I'm gonna not even pay attention to you, but you just sitting there like watching me paint. Like that's for me, that's quality time.
I think people who are really into quality time are really into like presence, like not like presents, but like somebody's presence. You know what I mean?
And that's what separates the quality time with the quality time with activity.
Okay, I'll say I'm like that. Just being with you, you know what I'm saying? I could be doing my homework, but just being with you, that kind of, I like that. If you just pull up on me, as long as you're not annoying me, but you want to pull up on me and be with me or something like that, I like that. So that's how you receive. So how do you give? Gifts? You like giving gifts?
I like spoiling people. Yeah, like I'm gonna go to the store and I'll see something. I'm like, oh, like you look good in this, and I'm gonna get it.
You that type?
Yeah, that's me.
That's cool though. That's how you like give.
Yeah, but it hurts my bank account.
Yeah, but I mean, at least because a lot of women are kind of the other, like the exact opposite. You know, in a lot of ways.
Hey man, every woman that I met, they love buying stuff. They love buying stuff for themselves, and they love buying stuff for whoever they involved with. They will buy you this and that. And the problem with that is when they buy all of those things, when it's time to end it all, they want it back. And you're not going to get it back because I don't know where it is. If you bought me a hoodie, I don't know where that hoodie is. If you bought me a chain, I lost it.
Mel, if you buy like your significant other like a lot of presents and they don't like you don't see them either wear it or like use it,
I would be offended because like I pride myself in being a good gift giver, like you know, so I'm just like. If you don't like, I'll feel offended because I'm like, wow, like, so you didn't like it. So then I'll be like, I'll internalize it and be like, okay, so like maybe I don't know you as well as I thought.
Would you rather him tell you that, or do you just kind of?
Yeah, no, I'd rather them tell me so I can go return it and get something you like. Like, I'm not gonna waste my money.
Women never return the gifts.
No, my dad made me return his Christmas gift twice. Like, I went back twice to get him another gift.
Wow, that's a real nigga. All right,
yo, my mom literally would take the purses that my dad bought her, put it in the closet, and never use it.
No, your dad's the GOAT.
My dad, no. I learned so much from my dad, bro. My dad taught me what a gentleman is. I didn't have to learn that from anybody else. And I'm not going to lie, that is another problem that we do unfortunately have in our community, is that a lot of people might not have a father in their life, and if they do, their father either was never a gentleman or they never extended that lesson to their kid. And I feel like every father needs to teach their son how to be a gentleman, and every mother needs to teach their daughter how to be a lady. Even if you weren't the perfect gentleman growing up, even if you weren't the perfect lady growing up, I feel like that's something you should still instill in your kids. So all of y'all out here that got kids already, start them while they young. These little 3-year-olds need to know that they have to open the door for the lady. That's something natural for me. I naturally see a lady walking into a door and I grab the door. Why? Because my dad used to smack me on the back of my head when I didn't do it for my mom and my sisters.
I mean, that's just common courtesy. You see somebody like coming, you should open the door for them.
Okay. I can assure you right now,
I mean, most people don't do it.
Yeah, no, most people don't do it. It's not common courtesy at all. A lot of people never, and I'm not gonna lie, the most recent one for me was that I learned was pumping gas.
That's nah.
I didn't know that. Every time. I don't know. Maybe because my mom never was driving when my dad was in the car.
True.
My dad always pumped the gas, but I mean,
the pumping gas thing was new for me too. Like when I seen it on Twitter, when I was like, oh, like that's like, you know, like I never really had like any of my guy friends or like a guy like get out the car and pump my gas. Maybe like once. But it was just like, it was like weird when it happened, because I was just like, huh, like why'd you get out the car?
When it comes to chivalry, I feel like definitely, like I got hit with the okie doke today at Subway. Oh man, I seen this lady, nice, very beautiful smile. You know, I'm not trying to get at her. I'm just on my lunch break, and I just opened the door for her. I rush. You know how you rush to open the door for somebody because you don't want to look like you're just like trying to cut in front of them.
Yeah.
Rushed to open the door, gave her the biggest Kool-Aid smile that I possibly had in the stash, and you know what she did? She looked at me and walked in the door and said nothing.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of things with chivalry is women really don't be saying thank you, and you don't know how far that thank you thank you can go a long way. Now, when it comes to the pumping gas thing, I'm not really into that, and I'm not really into the opening the car door for you to get in. I'm not really into that.
For me, okay, and I think everything always goes back to your love language. That's why this is called the language of love. Because for me, I don't need the girl to say thank you. A smile, any type of body language that affirms, even her speeding up a little bit, walking a little faster to get through the door is enough for me to be like, yeah, I opened the door for you. My sisters, after a while, they stopped telling me thank you. So, and that didn't make me not want to open the door for them. So it internalized in me at a young age. I'm burping a lot.
It's that wine.
Chill. It internalized for me at a young age. I'm not gonna get a thank you every time. To be honest,
that's fine.
As I started getting older, it was just. I just like opening the door and then seeing the lady walk by.
You're not supposed to
do that. That was enough for me. Whether you say thank you or not, I just want you. I just want to open the door for you. I want you to see me. So I'm gonna wait here till you ready to walk through this door, and I'm gonna open it for you. But people with different love languages are gonna need that thank you. I know some people that they open the door for the lady. They say, "You're welcome," and I'm like, bro, that. And then the girls are like, okay, thank you, my bad.
Like, you're not supposed to do these things for acknowledgement. Like,
yeah.
you know, you're not supposed to do it.
But give me the acknowledgement.
But yeah, like, it's nice to have it because, like, you know, if someone's going to open the door for me, like, I'm going to smile, say thank you because it's just like, you didn't have to do that. But for a lot of people, like, you know, it's normal. Like, somebody always opens the door for them, so they're not going to say thank you every time. And, like, with the car thing, like, no, like, I don't think anyone's ever opened the car door for me, and like I don't expect it, but like if a dude were to open the car door for me, I'd remember that. Like I'd be like, okay, like look at you.
Let me tell you how men view chivalry. You play the game to win. So if I'm playing the game and you're not showing me that I won, it's like, why am I really playing? That sounds really. Hold on, pause. It sounds really sick.
No, it
but
does.
It's so true.
But I get it. But that's why you have to do things without expecting it. Like,
tell her what she wanted to hear.
You gotta chill. You gotta chill. But what I'm saying is, like that. That's why I keep saying that thank you goes a long way, because then that kind of motivates men. Like, okay, maybe women still do actually care about chivalry, because we're in an era, we're in a time where nobody's really being chivalrous nowadays.
Hey, speak for yourself.
I mean, like, we
not
obviously are, but not many people are. Yeah. I seen, before I opened the door for the lady at Subway, I hadn't seen this old guy just move open that door and not even wait for nobody. And he had a lady right behind him. Yeah. I waited for Shorty to get out the car and was like, hey, I got the door for you, ma. Yeah. No, thank you. No, thank you. No,
I love that.
Okay, it's cool. It's cool.
For me, I just love the fact that I'm just a gentleman. You see a gentleman. You see it. You dealt with a gentleman today. I don't care.
Because you were raised that way.
I don't care about the thank you, but when I do get that thank you, or when I do get that Kool-Aid smile, or when I do get the oh my gosh, thank you, I'm like, yeah, that's why.
Some women love.
Some women, they go crazy. Exactly. So I'm like, yeah.
But just think about it, like the women who go crazy, they're like, wow, like thank you. It's like that's because people aren't doing that for them.
Yeah.
So it's just like you think it's just like, oh, like.
So since we're in an era where people aren't doing it, and I actually do it, and you don't say anything, I'm like,
but you're not supposed to do it expecting them to say something. You're right. Like you're just supposed to do it just like as in like, okay, like let me open the door for you. Like,
you're right. Dang, you're making me sound like a dick.
I mean, but the thing is, I get it. You want credit for what you did, even though like all you did was open the door that you was gonna walk through anyway.
I think I just overanalyzed the situation.
For me, I give myself credit. I give myself a tally mark. Not literally, but I'm just like, hey man, I open doors for women. I do this. This is not an act. I do this.
You go
this
hard.
Is natural for me. No, I'm not gonna lie. With the car opening, with the door opening, cars, all that stuff. If I'm feeling it, I'll do that. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of times I'm like, hey man, I'm on my side, you're on your side. Get in the car.
Just get in the car. It's cold outside. It's raining.
But I will say this, to play off of what Vic said. You play the game to win. With that being said, as men, we initially classified the woman as the type of effort and gameplay we're gonna need to either impress this woman or satisfy this woman. So if we see you and we're like, hey man, she'll go for anything. We're not gonna be chivalrous. We're not gonna give you everything that we could possibly pull out the bag. We're not pulling out all the stops.
How you gonna look at
We're going for the bare minimum. It's not about looking. I mean,
because
appearance goes away.
If women are cool with the bare minimum, that's what I'm gonna give you. If you're cool with me not being chivalrous, and you're still gonna, like me, you're still gonna think, okay, well, he's a nice guy anyway, whatever. If you're not gonna think anything of it, then why am I wasting my arm strength opening the door for you?
Yeah,
that's terrible.
It's almost like if you're not a lady, why do you really expect me to be a gentleman? And me. I know it sounds bad. It sounds terrible. It sounds bad.
Hey, listeners, we're not bad guys. We're not bad guys.
I'm questioning that.
You gotta pick your battles. I cannot go 100%. 24/7 for every
but okay,
single
so
woman.
wait, how come? Okay, so you as a man get to pick and choose when you want to be a gentleman and when you want to just be a dick. But a girl, she's either a lady or a thought. Like she don't get to pick and choose when she wants to.
No, y'all do. No, y'all do. No, not only do y'all get to choose, y'all definitely do. I don't like when people try to separate male and female because everything we do is similar. Everything males and females do is similar. Everybody say we're such a different breed. No, we're not a different breed. We just show it in different ways. But everything we do is similar. Yes, I know real girlfriends, solid, hard, ladylike girlfriends that can get in the club and start twerking till their dress is up to their waist and they're pulling it down, and we're wondering, why are you pulling it down? You've twerked till it was all the way up there. Clearly that's what you want us to see. So I've seen, just like men, we choose when we want to. Y'all do the same thing. Nah,
it's not the same. Like, if shorty want to, like, be wholesome Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday, and then, Friday, Saturday, she want to thought, like, they gonna remember Friday, Saturday. They're gonna be like, you can't just switch up on Sunday. Like, no, you a hoe, just own up to that.
No, Mel, but they do. They do.
But people don't let them. People not letting them live.
A lot of people don't know. A wise thought will go to a different club.
Exactly.
At a different church.
Maggie said a wise thought.
Exactly. Very wise. Exactly. This is all I'm saying.
What JP said. Trying to have fun.
Sheesh. What JP said was very, very accurate. If a woman is okay with us giving 47%, then as a man, we're gonna be like, okay, I'm about to give 47%. Yeah.
But she
likes the 47. Why am I giving 100 if she likes the 47?
You know what happens when you give them what they initially accept, and then after time goes by, they start they want more, they want 50%, they want 60%, and you're still stuck on, hey, I'm
the 47.
But how does that? But
remember, we're good at 47, so we're chilling at. Hey, I'm chilling at 40, and then that's when they say you are not enough. You acting completely different. We started talking, you were so nice. I said, no, I'm stuck at a constant 47%. You started expecting more.
But the thing is, when you talk to somebody for more and more, like, if I talk to you for like 2 months, like, I'm not going to expect a lot of you. Like, you can text me, like the first week we talk, you don't gotta text me every day. I'm probably not gonna text back. Yeah. But it's just like, if we're talking for like 2-3 months, and you're not communicating with me, I'm not gonna be like, that's cool. Like, no, like, we still talking. You made it past month 1. You into month 2. You on your way to month 3. Like, if you're not increasing how much you're trying, like, you're not giving me more and more effort, then it's just like, bro, like, what are you doing? Like,
okay,
you don't start at 100%.
I'm glad you said that, because and I'm speaking for men in general, this is always going to be a generalization, because there's different men that don't think the same as me. Like Davis Ike, shout out to Davis Ike, but he be on some other stuff. You can go listen to the Library Podcast, episode 6, and you'll see what I'm talking about. But there's men that don't think the same way as me. But me, I feel like if you were okay with 10% at the beginning, every now and then I might throw in 20, but don't jump from 10 to wanting 50% for me, because this is not what I signed up for. I signed up under the impression that 10 was cool, and now you're asking for 50. I understand that over time we can move gradually, but I'm moving from 10 to 11, not 10 to 50. And that's the problem. Y'all go from 0 to 100 real quick, and that's not cool. Girls will literally go from, ignoring your text to once they start liking you, triple texting you, calling you after texting you, you're not picking up.
Yeah,
that's not
I
cool.
can't speak
so
on behalf
true.
of
When we
No,
2 weeks
yes,
ago,
you can.
2 weeks ago, you were cool with us never talking or us talking every 2 hours or us responding, but now all of a sudden I'm doing the same thing. I'm responding in 2 hours and you're going crazy. But I like that you said that. Now I understand that what y'all want is progression. So now I know I have to say I'm staying right here. And I'm gonna text you because I'm a bad texter.
right here.
Let me. But what you said was very, very accurate. Women will definitely do that. They'll go from barely just texting you and barely just giving you that kind of acknowledgement to, and then once you finally there's somewhere around the road you're gonna crack that code to where they now really, really like you. So now you're waking up to text. You're going to sleep to text. All through the day you're getting text. I don't know. Women are funny.
Have you ever met men? What? They can have like 7 hoes on their roster, and then they'll decide you're the one, and then all of a sudden, when you don't know that they wifed you in their head, you're at fault.
Men don't wife you in their head. They let you know. We are going to let you know when you're a wifey. When you are a wifey, you are not getting any regular type of treatment at all. We are going to let you know because why? Because we do not want to let you go at that point. Once you become wifey, we have internalized in our head, we are holding on to you. And we don't want you to
in your
feel
head. Like guys internalize that in their head and they don't communicate it. They don't communicate.
We do.
When they
and
decide,
we want you to realize that you are the one. So when we're going the extra mile, that's an indication that you are the one. That's how it is.
And you can always tell that extra mile.
So how come when a girl goes the extra mile to let you know that you're the one, it's just like, nah.
I love how you said that.
I was only at 10% though. I'm not ready.
It's time to kill you.
I love how you said that. Vic, you want to go first on me?
No. The reason why that when men do it, it's like we don't want to feel, because you made us feel like we were giving you the same effort from the jump. We were pursuing from the jump. Men are going to pursue from the jump, but then when they really get that extra kick, like, okay, nah, she's serious, then we're going to extra pursue. Now, women, what we were just talking about, you're going to give us that lazy communication, text every 2 to 3 hours, and then all of a sudden,
wall we built.
No, that was exactly. And then slowly, but men don't know it, and men, y'all gotta start playing the game. As you're talking to her, you're slowly cracking that wall down. But what you don't know is, as soon as that wall is down,
it fall fast.
There's a stampede of buffalo just coming your way that you were not expecting to come your way. But men, what we do is, you knocked our wall down from the jump. Really, our wall is knocked down. If we really ride with you, our wall is really knocked down from the jump. So all we're doing when we really like you is just showing you a little bit here and there. Okay, this is the extra mile that I'm going to go for you. Period. Women just go from 0 to 100. Men go from like 75 to 100.
Yeah.
You feel me?
I guess. I don't know. Men be lying, so I don't know.
Nah, exactly.
Oh, here we go. Men be lying.
Nah, I mean, men lie, women lie. But check this out.
Women lie too.
But check this out. What he said is exactly right. Y'all put up this wall, so now we've been fighting against this wall. As soon as we break down the wall, whether we know when we broke it or not, you guys come full force, and that can be intimidating because we never got that from you. We never did. So we're trying to, what we're pretty much men all around are trying to say is keep that same energy. Keep the energy. If you want to play hard to get from the beginning, that's cool. Once we break that down, do not become Miss Lovey-Dovey because we're not ready for that. We weren't ready for that. No. We're not ready to give you that.
In women's defense, though, you can't. That's what she's kind of talking about. That's no progression. If you want them to keep that same energy for the rest of their lives, then they're gonna act like they're curving.
They want something more.
You know what I mean? But at the same time, Mel, ease that up upon men.
I mean, you do gotta ease it up, but at the same time,
because those triple texts come really fast.
I mean, maybe like. I just, me as a person, like, I'd send those texts, like I type what I say and I send, then I type the next part and I send.
That's
like,
live. I do that
like,
too.
You know, I don't do the paragraphs. I just say what I say and I send.
I do
But
the same shit.
so I don't know if that counts as triple texting. But anyway, like guys,
I mean, like I didn't respond in 2 minutes.
But guys
so
be doing that too.
Another text message.
I know people that will like blow up your phone and be like, "Why aren't you answering?" And be like, "It is
Why you ain't
8:30 in the
texting
morning.
back?
I'm not awake yet."
So you wasn't awake when he texted you?
No.
So that takes.
Or maybe
that
I was in the
texting-
shower. Like I'm not allowed to bathe. Like, you want me to be dirty?
Hey, girls be on their phone. I don't go for that. I know you seen my text message. I know you switched from read receipts to deliver. That's fine. Once it says delivered, I know you read it. I watched you while I was with you. Every time you get a text message, you check your phone.
This is very creepy.
No,
I know, right?
It's not creepy.
And he talking about the triple text message.
Yo, check this out.
It sounds like
check
he
this out.
triple texted
For
somebody.
all of my fellas listening, you are going to have a great time on this show because I am going to give you the tips. I am going to show you how to do this. I am a professional. In a song, in one of my songs, I said, I'm a bachelor, I got it mastered. And that's real. I'm working on my PhD. Okay?
Wow.
Because what? Because I had to go through that heartbreak stage. I had to.
He's still
to
healing,
get to where I'm
ladies.
going. I'm
He'll
not
be
healing.
ready for you one day.
I'm healed.
Jesus.
Anyways, like I said, it always goes back to your love language. So maybe that is the reason why a lot of people break up, because y'all love languages. You just don't understand your partner's love language. But check this out. So I went to Twitter and I said, y'all can follow me on Twitter, Boom Kid. I went to Twitter and I said, what are the top reasons couples break up or get divorced? Le Moulin responded and said, someone or both get tired of putting in effort and working on the problems.
Yeah.
I Prefer Diamond said, people not being able to accept responsibility for their actions. With the little shrugging emoji, she seems like she's slugging somebody. She wanted somebody to see that. Tana Baby said, poor communication. That's number one for me. Marissa Miche said, a lack of friendship. That's a
good one.
That's cool, I guess. Yeah. J Sut 20 said, a lack of effort.
Now pause right quick. Give me like 2 minutes.
I'm almost done. Hold on.
Okay,
This is the last one.
Go ahead.
Last one I got was from Dancing Kai. She said, entitlement and expectations. People should stop feeling so entitled and expecting things with little to provide in return. Some of you guys are
Oh my
bitter.
gosh.
Okay, nah, Dancing Kai not bitter. I know her.
Mel, stop, please.
And then Mr. Clean says, honestly, it's about yourself.
Yeah.
If one person or both people aren't good for themselves, then they can't be good for each other.
Mr. Clean trying to get them followers.
He got the snaps too. I like that.
I'm going
I like
to
that.
retweet that. Man.
I like that a lot. I think the biggest part is yourself.
No. I think the best one that was said there was like the friendship thing, because this is what happens. A lot of times people are so into just trying to get the other person to really be into them that they forget about the whole, hey, let's try being friend stage. Because the let's try and being friend stage usually puts them in a box that they don't want to be in.
Friend zone.
Exactly. I didn't want to say that per se, but yes, the friend zone. And when that usually happens, then they feel like, okay, now I have no shot with the girl because she probably views me as quote unquote a friend. But I feel like that stage is very, very important. The thing about it is, I feel like it's important, but I don't feel like it should be dragged out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like there's
You
like
can be in the friend zone for too long.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then when you're in there for too long, then you're stuck.
I don't know about stuck, but you're definitely
stuck.
You're not just gonna get
when
out.
she starts calling you brother.
I love it.
You
love it. Yeah,
you might as well just be on the family tree.
No, I love it.
I love
it. Call me brother. I'm
My
in.
brother. That's good.
I'm in. Call me brother. I'm in. Because if I'm brother, then I'm appealing to you somehow.
Anyway,
it may not be.
It
may not be like
incest.
that. But hey, I'm not.
I got mad.
I'm not an F boy
in a pure form.
And if I am, you brother than F boy. So I still have a chance.
Hey, that's still not my husband though.
Oh my god, bro.
No, I think the biggest reason people break up is because of self. Like, you're always looking for something to satisfy your ego, like something more. So this, like, you're not satisfied with the person you're with. You're looking for something that you want in your life that, like, you feel like they can't give to you. Maybe you feel like you can get somewhere else instead of, like, trying to satisfy that need in yourself. I feel like that's the biggest thing. Like, people are looking for someone to love them and complete them, and then when they're not feeling that, they're just like, okay, I need to go somewhere else.
Is that men or women?
All people.
Both.
I think it's everybody.
So Vic, you agree with that? That's the number one reason why
I don't think it's I don't think it's the number one.
So what's the number one reason why relationships fail?
I think no, not cheating. I think people. You're funny. I think people are matched up together when they're in different stages of life or looking for different things.
That's what it is.
I think that's the number one reason. Because when you find
you're not
a
on
man,
the same wavelength.
You're not on the same wavelength. I think when a man finds a woman, or when a man finds somebody who they feel like they're on the same wavelength with, and they feel like, okay, I'm very compatible with, then he's going to stay regardless of whatever. Okay. Think about the women that you've been, like, really into in life. Yeah. What were you on, like, at that time? Were you on some, oh, yeah, I just want to be with a lot of girls right now. I don't even want to settle down. Or were you on some, you know what? I'm tired of dealing with a lot of women. Yeah. I just want to settle down.
So you're like, timing?
I feel like...
Timing is a bit, like, probably the hugest thing in life.
But listen to what you said. When a man wants it, it's not about what the man wants. It's really about what the woman wants. Because, hey. Whoa. Every single one of my girlfriends cheated on me.
Okay.
Sheesh.
And I feel like somebody said it earlier. Not only is cheating the number one reason why relationships end, but cheating is the precursor to a failed relationship. As in, cheating happens way before the relationship.
But cheating happens because people, like, you're looking for something more. Like, you're not satisfied. That's when cheating happens.
No, not necessarily.
Okay. Maybe or you women, have lack of willpower. You ain't got no fucking strength. Like,
no, that's not true either.
You can say no. Temptation's everywhere. You just gotta say no. Like, you can be in a committed relationship. You're gonna see a fine ass girl walk by with a fat booty. You just have to be like,
but
I gotta go.
It's a difference between seeing a fine girl with a big butt walk by and that fine girl with a big butt.
Okay, saying, she can come up to you, put her phone number in your phone, and be like, "Call me tonight." You still gotta say no. That's willpower.
What
it's
if
being
she
like,
doesn't say call
no.
Me?
Jesus was in the desert for 40 days and 40 nights, and the devil was like, "If you're God, then why can't you just not do this?" He was tempted 3 different times. He tempted him 3 different times. He said no, and then he died on the cross for us so that we can be here, and we just.
Amen. Amen. So check this out. We all want to be like Jesus. Amen. Mm-hmm. But
we all fall short.
We all fall short. Okay. And for my fellas out there, you don't gotta feel bad for falling short. We was made like this.
No, stop.
We were made like this.
Stop.
And for my ladies, you gotta understand, we were made like this.
No.
We were made like this. We make 1 million sperms a minute. We're making sperms as we speak. They're meant
like,
to
if
be
you can't control yourself, like, you just have you don't have
be in a
willpower.
relationship.
Okay, so you feel like Mel, you feel like the main reason why people break up is because of
themselves. Internal battle.
Yeah, I think it's like themselves. Like, you're dealing with something with, like, you're trying to figure something out with yourself. Like, you're either looking for something, you're unsatisfied, you're looking for somebody to love you, like, that kind of stuff. Like, it's different for each person, just depending on their own personal story. But I think it all comes down to, like, your own personal battle. Like, you're gonna, if you can be with someone who's perfect in every way, shape, or form, and you can still feel unsatisfied. But it's just like, that's because it's an internal battle. Like, you need to figure out yourself. I feel like a lot of people break up because they're looking for something more. Like, because with my parents, they've been together for 26 years. They got married at 22. Like, people always be like, I'm too young, blah, blah. I'm like, I don't want to hear it. No. Like, no. Like, there's no such... It's literally, they decided, like, okay, I'm going to get married. This is the person I'm going to marry, and I'm going to make it work. Like, they didn't have money, like, nothing. Like, they built a life. They decided, like, they're going to make it work. And it was just committing to that idea of, like, this is who I'm going to be with. I'm going to start a family. This is what I want. And staying to it. Like,
That goes more along with what Vic said in the wavelength. Those two people were 22. Both of your parents were 22 at the same time?
Yes.
They were 22 and they were on the same wavelength. So I agree with Vic when he said a lot of these people are not on the same wavelength. But the most important thing that I say is the reason why people break up is because they're not being themselves. They're not being honest. They're not being... Look, check this out. If I meet a girl, this is not... And I'm not talking about me because I don't do this. But if I meet a girl and I think she wants this, blah, 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 I can be that. I can be that man. Oh, you want a man that does this. I saw your retweets. You want a man that does this, and that. I can be that man, and I can pretend. I can pretend for years. Y'all gotta realize, stop going out with these guys after 2 weeks of late night convos.
That's true.
Stop it, because we can pretend. Girls can pretend. Girls can pretend to be that down chick that you seem like you want, and then what happens is, over time, what exactly is gonna happen is those things start shedding away. You can't pretend to be that person forever. That's how you... I've heard people say I was in a 4-year relationship since I was a freshman till now. Yeah, since you were a freshman, one of y'all or both of y'all were pretending to be something you were not. And as time wore on, hey, that real you started shedding. To me, honestly, throughout high school, throughout college, you shouldn't be in no relationship. You should not.
You change a lot. Like,
you're not the same person. The only reason why you should find yourself in a relationship is for some reason you know that this person is being completely honest with you and you guys are on the exact same page. Other than that, you guys are pretending. Everything is... The first week of conversation is just walking on eggshells, making sure you don't say the wrong thing.
You're putting your best foot forward.
Putting your best foot forward. I don't like that.
But that's what
I'm
you do.
I'm gonna fart in front of you in the first day, so you know that I fart and this is what it smells like.
You don't fart in front of somebody the first day. Build that up.
I am. You know why? You know why? You know why I'm gonna fart in front of you? Because I'm gonna fart for the rest of my life. So if you don't like my fart, let me know right now. Dip right now before my feelings get involved. That's how I feel about it. If you don't like the way I burp, if you don't like the way my jokes, I'm gonna make real jokes the way I joke in front of my friends. I'm gonna joke in front of you. I'm gonna hurt your feelings. If you don't like this,
I mean, that's all part of the friendship. Like, you build a friendship with someone. You let them know who you are. Like, this is my quirks. This is what I like. This is what I don't like.
That never happens, though.
It doesn't never happen. There's relationships that are out here flourishing. What do you mean?
Fake flourishing.
No, not fake flourishing. There's people who are genuinely happy.
Fake genuine.
Genuinely happy.
But you have to agree. You have to agree with
I understand what he's saying. Like, people
like,
do, like, my last relationship, my ex pretended to like all the stuff I liked. He pretended he liked puzzle. He don't like puzzles. What?
It works,
what
though.
grown man likes puzzles? Wait,
no. All right, listen. Hold on. Pause. Let me tell you. First of all, disclaimer: I'm not the man that I once was. Yeah. You know what I mean? Everything that I saw on this podcast was from when I was 21 and under. I'm 24. I'm good. I'm breathing right. I'm straight. Yeah. Now, to get to Mel. Okay, cool. To get to Mel, I definitely was a guy who used to like do a little research. Okay, what is she? Oh, she likes India.Arie. Okay. All right, so what's India.Arie's like best tracks?
I'm dead.
Man, yeah.
You heard, you know what I'm saying? You heard video? Yeah, video is my shit.
Yeah.
You go see the music.
Yeah.
You know why?
Not your average girl on
you know
the
why?
video.
You know why? Because y'all fall for it every single time.
Y'all
fall for it every single time.
Women, hold on. Women are so gullible.
But the thing is, you guys get mad when we have this wall built up. Why is she a bitch? Why is she not texting me back? Why is she doing this? Because we've heard all the why are women mad? Why they call men liars?
No. There's a difference between being a bitch and being not gullible.
Yeah.
Okay, but sometimes you really just gotta be like, bro, like, just shut the fuck up. You lying to me right now.
Let me tell you.
And like, Mel.
You never know.
And I'll be like, no, I can feel it.
Let me tell you a quick story. Mel. There's this one girl, right? So she was like super into Common, like just hip hop, like 90s hip hop. And I was like, oh yeah, and I like 90s hip hop, but you know what I'm saying? I'm more an R&B type of dude myself. Okay. So, I was like, I was vibing. Or no, excuse, I'll even give you a better story. I'm so sorry, listeners. I'll give you a better story. There was a girl, right, in college. She was way older than me. I will not say her name, but she knows who she is if she ever listens to this. She was super.
Call her Tamika.
Tamika. Okay, cool. We're gonna call her Tamika, even though that's not her name. But you know who you are. Tamika was really into smoking, right? All right. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna be very, very transparent. I'm gonna be very transparent, and she knows who she is. She was really into smoking. Let me give you a quick story. She was really into smoking, and one day she was like, "Victor, come on to my house," and it's like 10 o'clock. You don't invite no sophomore into your freaking 1-bedroom apartment. You a super senior. You a super. She was 23. I was like 19. I was like, bet. You know what I'm saying? We used to we used to sip a little something whenever I would see her, stuff like that. But it would be in a social setting. It was never like intimate settings like that. You know what I mean? But I knew she was like a heavy smoker, so I went over to her crib. Once again, being very transparent, went over to her crib. It was like 10 o'clock at night. I was like, all right, bet I got this trap. Everything. Bet I'm good. You good, Vic. So I walk into her crib, right?
Yeah.
I walk into her crib, and all of a sudden, she was an earthy chick. She had like Erykah Badu posters, incense lit, lava lamps, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, exactly. No, I was so into that. I was like, oh, this is great. So anyway, she was doing her thing. She was smoking or whatever, and she was like, Victor, I would be really, really attracted to you if you would just hit this. Like, really, really attracted to you. Yo, Mel, guess what I did? Guess what I grabbed it, my G. I grabbed it like a million times before I grabbed it. And I was like,
zooted.
I held it in, listeners. I held it in 100%. I went straight to the bathroom. I asked her, where's the bathroom? I need to piss. You feel me? Went to the bathroom, turned the faucet on, turned the vent on, turned everything on, started coughing my lungs out. Like my whole lung out. It was very embarrassing. She had me fried, right? So I'm looking in the mirror and I'm very, very I'm just like red-eyed. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh my God, what's going on? So I leave the crib because I'm not, I'm not built like that. I'm not a smoker. So I leave the bathroom, and then I ask her, I'm like, okay, look, I have a friend who just kind of flat. I need to, bounce right quick. I'm going to be back. You know what I'm saying? Blah, 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 blah. So excuses, right? So I leave and I don't come back. She's calling me. I wake up in the morning. She called me like 6 times. And she was just trying to make sure I was all right. So then I'm like, dang, I don't even feel like talking to her back because I'm so embarrassed. So I see her on campus like a week and a half later. She was a super senior, so she wasn't really on campus like that. So I see her on campus like a week and a half later. Guess what she did, Mel? I said, hey, what's up? You good? I haven't heard from you, blah, 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 blah. She's like, yeah, I'm good. I'm okay. Cool. Yeah. I was like, yeah, I haven't really heard from you in a while. Are we good? She was like, I mean, whatever. We're cool, I guess. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, well, I mean, what's the issue? Because I'm a very honest person, and I'm very, blunt. So I'm like, what's the issue? I feel a different vibe. She was like, your friends told me that you're not like that. When I asked them, does he do this? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Your friends told me, yeah, he's not like that. He don't even touch that. We be in the sets, we be chilling. He don't even be on that. Yeah. So she was like, when you did that just because of me, that made me feel like you weren't being yourself.
Yeah.
So that's a scenario where it backfired. Shorty is actually a really good friend of mine. Tamika, shout out to you. You really know who you are. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got to say your real name.
I'm sorry, I had to rename you.
No, you cool.
Shout out to Tamika.
But when she did that, I was like, dang. And I was like, dang, these older chicks are different.
Fellas.
But that's one scenario where it backfired. Now, there's been plenty, and I'm not going to say any more stories, but there's been plenty where it hasn't really backfired.
There's been plenty of times where your lies worked?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, of course.
Yes, oh, wow. Never would have guessed.
Yo, Mel, I ain't going to lie. I stopped lying in 2016.
I'm glad. Y'all need to leave.
It was really recent, my G.
No, but let me tell you something, fellas. The best thing to do is be yourself.
Yes.
Because, and I don't care what the girls think. It's not about what the girls think. It's just for you. So you don't have to keep up with the lies.
No, it's not.
That's so hard.
Because check this out. If she likes you, she's going to put up with the real you.
She will.
And look. Hey, stop agreeing with me. And look. If she doesn't, it's going to help you in the long run, you know why? Because if she doesn't like those things, you're gonna hear about it. Yeah. So go, just be straight up. Just be honest.
No.
I'm not talking about.
Hold on. This is where I gotta stop you because the reason why we lie even to the girl who's not gonna really F with the lie is because we don't have any long term, goals with her.
Oh yeah.
We're just trying. This is a short term.
Y'all lie to finesse. Y'all lie to get what you want. Yeah. Y'all lie to manipulate and abuse. That's what that is. But I'm just letting y'all know.
But, okay, and once again, listeners, I'm 24. I'm over this whole stage of my life. I'm a cleansed man. But
I'm not 24.
I'm 21. I'm surrounded by liars.
Okay, cool. But listen,
that's who you surround yourself with.
Exactly.
I just go to school.
But listen. Once women stop, I want women to have like a conference. To where they just like
y'all need to talk to each other.
We do.
Y'all need to, and that's
we got group messages.
And that's why we have Mel here, because y'all need to get some kind of consensus. Because the problem is, what the one girl won't go for, the next will. So guess what? Oh, you don't like that. Oh, you're not falling for my life. I bet your friend.
But okay, but the thing is, like, why are you okay? As a man, like, I just gotta ask, like, as a man, like, when you lie to a girl to get in her pants, don't y'all just feel like, don't y'all feel lame? Yes, I said to her pants. Okay. That's eventually where y'all trying to get is into the box.
Not all the time.
Not all the time. I don't like that classification.
Yeah. But most. Okay. When y'all are entertaining a girl who you're not really trying to have a serious thing with, but you're trying to experience her. Right? Okay. Yeah. So you're whatever way, intimately, like spiritually, like whatever connection you're trying to have with her, you guys are trying to have that, but you're lying to her in order to get that. So it's just like, don't y'all feel lame? Like I gotta pretend to be somebody I'm not in order for this chick to be interested.
You want to go first, or you want me to go first?
Check this out. Let me talk it. If that makes us feel lame, then everything that women do when they're putting up a front, they should feel lame for it.
Yeah, I feel like
But check this out. Don't get me wrong, because it goes both ways. Hey, like Vic said, all right, the reason why I gave up that, whatever you want, I can be that guy. I can shapeshift into the poetic.
Don't do that.
Trust me, it has worked for me in the past. The only reason why I stopped is because I got tired of doing that, and I realized that I'm genuinely a cool guy. Mm-hmm. So girls already like me for who I am. So when I realized I didn't have to pretend, and also not pretending weeded out the women that really were gonna cause me problems later on, then I started saying, hey, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to be straight up. But for you young guys, hey, you in high school, I don't know what your plans are. I know you're not trying to get married. So if you feel like you got what she needs, or you can be what she needs, then be that person. If it's for the time, it's for the time. The only reason why I can tell this to my young fellas is because, ladies, y'all shouldn't be so gullible. I'm sorry, but you got to... Bro, no, stop. It's not about boo. It's about, when do you take responsibility? I hate when girls say men lie so much. If you know men lie so much, why? But then y'all get mad when we say men not shit. It doesn't matter. No, that shouldn't matter. Okay, at the end of the day, you gotta deal with yourself. It doesn't matter what every man. It doesn't matter what every man does. It doesn't matter what every woman does. If you know that you're sick of being lied to, when you see a lie in action, you call it out or you walk away. But you do not have to be in a relationship. Ladies, let me tell you something. You do not have to be in a relationship to feel about yourself. You don't have to be in a relationship to get consistent anything. You don't need that. Simple as that. Relationships are very unnecessary, if you ask me, unless it's time for you to get married. That's why this whole courting thing, when I was younger, it was like, why would I court? But now it all makes sense, because all this dating, all this, I'm going to put my effort into one person before I feel like they're the one, it doesn't work out. I'm sorry.
That's a lot of eggs I feel like JP just salty about his, he got his heart broken one, and whatever. Anyway, but I feel like, okay, yes, like relationships, if you're not in a place with yourself, like where you're happy being alone, then you don't need to be in a relationship. If you feel in your life like you need somebody there, if you feel like you need someone in your life to love you, for you to be whole, that's when you should know that you do not need to be in a relationship.
Can I ask something? And I want you to be real. What age did you get over that? Where you got over where you felt like you could be alone? What age was that?
I don't think there's an age for that.
No, I'm saying you,
For
personally.
me, I feel like I'm still working through it. Like, I got out of a serious relationship, like, maybe a year ago is, like, when we just ended it. And we were, like, 2-3 years. But the thing is, like, now I'm in a place where it's, like, I can't be... I know, like, right now I need to work on myself. Like, there's things like that I did, like, I was mad at him for the longest, and then I had to realize, like, I did a lot of things wrong in the relationship, too. Bingo. And so after...
And women always do that. They always, like, analyze.
Later.
You know, yeah, but you have to, like, you know, it's just...
I'm cool with it.
You know, you gotta
destroy
kind
my apartment before you do that.
I didn't destroy nobody's apartment.
But
my stuff got destroyed.
But continue, Mel. Continue.
But it's just, like, you have to be able to separate yourself, like, instead of being, like, you did this, and this to me, like, I have to understand, like, I allowed this, and this to happen. I did this, and that's why this happened. I put myself in this situation where I didn't value myself, my time, like, all that kind of stuff, to where you did that to me in return. Yeah. And so after... So
you kind of allow, like, you're saying that. You just let it happen.
I mean...
You were cool with it at the time.
It's not that I was cool with it, but it was just like...
Love
I was just like, you know, I was just like, I was mad at the stuff that was happening, but I wasn't going anywhere. Because I was just like, oh, like, I can change it. I can change it.
I can change it. I can change it.
And the thing is, it feels really real at the time. Like, in that time, I was just like, no, like, he keeps telling me he's going to change for me. Like, he just keeps telling me give him time, and I'm trying to be patient with him. But it's just like...
Mel's ex, amen.
You, bro.
No, he came into my life like a week ago.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
Don't say screw her.
I'm not gonna lie. If you get her, hey, you just gotta change how you come in. You'll get her right back.
Pause.
No,
so Mel's ex,
you gotta work on yourself.
Mel's ex, whatever you did, hey, trust me,
Mel's
it's gonna
ex,
work.
I got mad love for you. But just you gotta work on yourself. I'm working on myself. I'm not saying you in the door because God has a whole path for me, and I'm following right now. If that leads to you later, like that, so be it. But if not, I'm sorry.
So now you heard her say that. So all you have to text her is, you talk to God, and God said that you was in the past.
Don't do that.
You was in the past.
Which women do fall for it.
No, but the thing is, yes,
women do fall for it.
And it's really hard because you do want to trust people. And like, why are you using God as an excuse to talk to me? Like, that's even like, are you trying to burn in hell for all eternity? Like, don't use God as your...
But see, that's the mile that men are willing to go.
But the thing is, it's crazy. But it's just like, it's sick. It's disturbed. It's disgusting. You are foul. Like, what garbage disposal did you crawl out of? Like,
men are willing to bring spiritual beings into the love equation.
Men are willing to bring the ultimate spiritual being that gave you life and gave everything, and just be like, hey, I'll put it on God. I'm not cheating on you, as he, like, you know, balls deep in somebody else.
Oh my God. But listen, this is what I do want to say. I still, to go back into the breakup thing, I still feel like the main reason why people break up is because they're just not on the same. Because I feel like once a man and a woman find themselves on the same, like, wave, on the same cordial agreement into where they are in life, I feel like once the man is done, because every man has that you know, part of his life where he feels like, okay, right now I'm not trying to be with nobody. And that's when I've learned to, like, just tell women from the jump, look, hey, look, I'm this age, I'm on this, I'm really not trying to be this, you know what I'm saying? I'm chilling on all that, blase. So once women and men find themselves on the same, okay, I'm looking for a wife, okay, I'm looking for a husband, I'm looking for this, I'm looking for that, and then they find themselves kind of compatible, I feel like that's when everything is successful.
But I think it's past that, because when you get in a relationship, it's obviously like, okay, like, I want to be with you, you want to be with me.
Facts.
We are compatible, like, obviously we get along, like, stuff like that. But in that, like, especially at this age that we're at right now, but like even going forward, like as we get older, we're constantly changing, we're constantly growing, we're constantly evolving, and it's a matter of understanding that that person you've committed yourself to, they're gonna change, they're gonna grow, and they're gonna evolve. They're not gonna be the same person that they were when you met them, and you're not gonna be the same person. Like, together, y'all are gonna grow, y'all are gonna like different things, y'all are gonna do different things. Y'all are gonna think different ways, and it's just a matter of understanding, like, you are a person and I'm a person, and we're both allowed to grow and allowing each other to grow, but like helping each other grow rather than being like, no, you were this way when I met you and I need you to stay that way in order for us to work, because that's not going to work. When you want somebody to stay the exact same way because that's what you're comfortable with, that's going to break y'all up because they need to grow. Like, if they're stuck, like, I'm 21 years old, like, if I was the same person I was when I was like 19 years old, like, what? I'd be dumb. Like, what? I wasn't making good decisions. Like, I thought, you know, in the time, like, okay, this is what I want, but like, I'm a whole different person now. Like, 2 years later, like, in a year from now, like 6 months from now, I'm gonna be a different person. Like, and if I were to be in a relationship, like, I would need that person to allow me to grow. Like, even like when you look at your parents, like, things that they're cool with now, like things that they understand now, like when they were our age, like it wasn't like that, but like they have to grow together. So that's a big part of like just understanding that. That's
wise words from Alpha Kappa Psi.
That's right. AK Psi.
Nah, but I can agree with that, and not all the time do I agree with what a young male got to say, ever. But I can agree with that, and you gotta be willing to grow. All you girls, but I hate when I go on Twitter and somebody's like, man, you gotta be willing to grow with your man. You gotta see the potential, and you gotta understand that he's a boy right now, and he turned into a man. And then I see a girl quote, I ain't waiting for no man to grow. He better be a man when he approach me.
But that's some people.
They'll be like, I ain't trying to date no boys.
I ain't trying to date no boys.
But that's because that's when it comes into like. When women
like
say
that.
that's like the boy, when you're saying like I'm not trying to date a boy, like you're talking about these boys who are just like running around lying to people, trying to like, you know, get what they want out of women. Like that's a boy. Like when a man comes at you, you know, because it's like he's gonna come at you right. Like he's not gonna just be like, hey shawty, you wanna come smoke? He's gonna be like, oh, like what are your plans this weekend?
Wow.
Like you know,
wow. Stop.
It's just
Stop.
like
Hey, no. Erase what she just said.
No, what I said is correct. I mean, you can go smoke with him if you want to smoke. You can smoke you. I'll take the free drugs.
And then exactly. What are your plans this weekend? Ladies, please be honest. How many of you guys are going for a guy who's texting you, what are your plans this weekend?
No. That's a smooth
leave
line.
me alone.
No, it is. What are your plans this weekend?
Leave me alone.
If I'm in town,
sleeping.
like, hey, I'm not doing nothing.
I don't have any plans, but I don't want to make plans with you.
No. Hold on. Pause. Girls love telling dudes what their plans are on the weekend, and if they don't have any, they love when a dude is like, "Hey, well, you trying to do this? You trying to do that?"
It doesn't matter if it's the right guy. Like, if there's guys that will be like, oh, what are you doing this weekend? It's like, I'm sorry, like like, you know, like I don't have to give my weekends to anybody that asks. Yeah. But it's just
women love a lot of subtle stuff. Like I really like a girl told me the other day, she was like, you know, you're the only person who asked me today how my day's going.
No, it's really you'd be surprised.
When girls ask me how was your day, I do not want to respond because why are you asking me that? Why are we doing these these little general questions?
It's literally to let you know that she was thinking about you.
Oh my God, I hate that so much. I hate that so much. You know why? Because I'm never gonna ask you how was your day.
JP don't want love.
The reason why?
He doesn't.
No, the only reason why I'm never gonna ask you how was your day, because if something interesting happened in your day, I would expect you to bring that.
I'm not telling anybody unless they ask me.
So if you're waiting for me to say
Barack Obama, and I'm not finna tell you until you ask me what did you do today, and I'm like, oh yeah.
Your name really should be Johnny Hate.
Right, I'm saying with two T's.
My name is Johnny Love for a reason, with two V's for a reason. Because why? Because I'm not with the fake. Like
it's two V's that turn into a W.
That's like somebody.
What is love?
Okay, check this out. This out. When they ask you, "Oh, how you doing?" Do they really care about how you doing? I'm just talking about people. There's a difference
between what are you doing and how are you doing.
No, but how was your day? I ate breakfast. I went to class.
Her fault. Your day is boring.
Okay, so if my day is boring, what do you really expect for me to answer? That's what I'm saying. So if nothing interesting happened, what do you really expect?
Okay, one day you're gonna have a really bad day, and you're gonna just hope somebody asks you how your day was, so you can bet, and nobody's gonna ask you because they gonna hear this and be like, "Oh, he doesn't like being asked how his day was."
If men have a bad day, we don't usually just wait. Oh, I can't wait to tell her about my bad day.
Oh, let me tell you, but I will say, women are different, because if a woman had a bad day,
she wants to let somebody know.
She wants to.
But the thing is, that's an assumption.
Even if it's something good happened, she's waiting for somebody to be. So how's your day go? So what happened today?
So she's asking you because she wants you to ask her back.
Exactly. And that's a lot of things girls
fine.
do. And I realize this is the reason I don't appreciate what women do sometimes, because they're doing it just because they want it done for them. I've seen many women
but men go out for sex.
Many women, they go out and they buy things, or they say things, or they do things, or they do all this extra stuff for just anybody, because they want that just anybody to do it for them. And that's a problem. That is a problem with me. That's a problem.
That's something for, like, as a woman. Okay, as a woman, this is to all the women out here. If you feel like you need to go out and above and beyond and do something for somebody else in order for them to love you, just stop. Please just stop. Like, you should never have to do anything for someone to love you. Like, if someone loves you, do whatever you want for them. Like, that's fine. But, like, if you're doing something for them to love you, like,
it's never gonna work.
Like, baby girl, please just love yourself.
Be hurt.
Like, you have friends that love you. You got family that love you. I love you. Like, you know, like, I love you.
Bro,
like, if you
expecting somebody to, I did
that's
this.
The worst.
Let me tell you something. I am a whole man.
Fellas too, yeah, exactly.
And I did this. I thought that if I gave, girl, I'm showing you all the love I got.
And look, now he's bitter.
Hey, I'm not bitter. I just understand what's going on. I saw at the surface. I saw at the surface. Now I see deeper than that.
Okay, I was bitter
I
too.
was showing I was showing her like so much love, like thinking like, okay, at some point this is gonna register to you that this guy really cares about you. So at some point you have to show that you really care about them. But you know what really happens? You know what? The funny thing about this is, when you show you really care about somebody, they back off and they say, "Hey, I can chill now. I can chill now. I can chill now because this guy really cares about me. So now I can do whatever I want."
How old were you when this happened?
Doesn't matter how old.
How old were you when this happened?
Doesn't matter.
How old were you when this happened?
I'm gonna guess 17, 18.
No.
And how old are you right now?
No, I wasn't 17.
How old were you when this happened?
I was when it ended. I was 19.
How old are you right now?
And I was swinging until 19.
How old are you?
I was swinging up until the end. I was showing my love to the fullest extent.
But how old are you right now?
I don't disclose my age.
Okay, he older than me. I'm 21 years old. Okay.
Barely.
But anyway,
that doesn't matter.
So much has changed in that.
We're talking to 17, 16, and 18-year-olds
17-year-olds, 16-year-olds.
Yeah,
don't be too
There's like
invested.
10 of y'all that are in relationships. Only one of y'all are gonna make it.
Oh my god.
Oh, no.
Hey,
I'm kidding. Maybe like 70% will.
No, you're not gonna make it.
Yeah.
If you're in a high school relationship, it's not gonna last. Simple as that.
I only know
that's not
no,
true.
I know.
No,
I know
if you're in a high
people
school relationship
that got married,
okay,
and
they got married and then they got in a divorce. Hey, do you know what the divorce rate, bro? The divorce rate in the previous generation was 50%. That means out of 2 couples you see, one of them is getting a divorce. That is pretty bad. So hey, we gonna do this. Check this out. If y'all want Young Mel back on the show,
yeah, bring me back
again, we gonna do the hashtag Free Young Mel.
Hey, Free Young Mel.
Free Young Mel.
Free Young Mel. Vic was not supposed to be on the show, but check this out how it worked out. It worked out pretty great. So check this out. If y'all want Vic back on the show, I need that hashtag Free Vic.
Yeah, Free Vic.
If I see Free Vic, then we're going to hear more of Vic. If I don't see Free Vic, then Vic's going to get back to the little soundboard and the squeaking of the voices and the editing and all the stuff he does the best. But if y'all like his little deep baritone voice and It's cool with y'all.
Relaxing.
And his little stories about Tamika and all of that.
That's my girl.
Vote for Vic. I want to end this off with a little quote from the British actor Colin Firth. He said, "It is a very dangerous state. You are inclined to recklessness and a kind of tune out the rest of your life and everything that's been important to you. It's actually not at all that pleasurable. I don't know who the hell wants to get into a situation where you can't bear an hour without somebody's company." This is a real quote. It's pretty much saying why love hurts so much. So like, all
love.
you guys is looking for, no, that is real love. If you can stand to be without somebody, that mean that has a lot to do with love, man. You really love somebody, you want to be around them through all their situations, through all their ups and downs.
That's true.
So I understand it. My young fellas, my young ladies, don't rush anything. You have your whole life ahead of you. Remember, marriage is a lifetime. It's not 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. It's until that person dies. And then when they die, if you try to get into another relationship, you're going to look bad. So you sign that contract. And I said it in my song, and I had to say "baby girl, miss a period" just because it sounded good. But a marriage as well is a real life sentence. You're really signing a lifetime contract. Shout out to LeBron.
You said a life sentence. It is a
You're right,
blessing
and
an honor in order to share your life.
Bless
somebody else, right?
Yeah, marriage is
like
cool.
with somebody else, under God's eyes, like you were literally blessed.
And was ordained under God to be in that
under
union.
God. That's what I'm saying. He's trying to play it.
Cool. Shout out to all my homies like
that
Uncle
are
Brian,
married.
that have been proposing.
All the married people, all the people in committed relationships.
My proposal gonna be loud. My proposal going viral. I could tell you that.
Anyway, my proposal is gonna be private.
Oh, that's another topic for hey, yo, free Mel.
Free young Mel. Let's go. If you guys want me to come back.
If y'all like that, free.
If y'all want me to slap JP, slap JP, free young Mel, I got you.
Yeah,
I like that.
Okay. Hey, I want you guys to remember, limitless love is not about who the person is. It's not about what their color is. It's not about what they done to you. You just gotta show love. Like, love is never gonna hurt you. Love is only gonna heal you. So no matter what you've been through, no matter what you've seen, no matter what you've done before, show love today. Show love tomorrow. It's gonna make the whole world a better place at the end of the day. So can we get a final round of applause for Mel?
Young Mel.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only thing you said about
I know,
her.
right? Oh yeah. No, my art Instagram at right half of my brain. You know, if you guys want to buy art, hit me up. I do custom paintings and drawings as well.
For sure.
Good night, world.
And check out also, before we end off, check out the Library Podcast. Episode 6 is out also on Chose Life Media.
Like I said, that costs. So I'm gonna send Vic a little bill because that costs for you to advertise on the show.
Yeah, my bad, bro.
Don't forget free young Mel if you guys want to hear me.
Free young Mel, free Vic.
Free Vic.
Free Vic,
the language
free young
of
Mel,
love.
both. We
Thank
got
you.
a lot more to say.